house in town, resident on 70 Road. Got a nice wife and kids, y'all, right inside the grove. You know I like Mr. Clark. Yeah, I should know he is my friend. Say if I just stay out the grave, he'll see that I don't go to the pen. Mr. Clark is a lawyer, he good last stream. He the first man to prove dead, water run upstream. You know I like Mr. Clark. Yeah, I should know he is my friend. Say if I just stay out the grave, he'll see that I don't go to the pen.
What's going on, fishy friends? It is a beautiful yet chilly Thursday evening here atop the Chesapeake Bay. And we are excited to have Captain C.L. Marshall with us tonight. He is crushing it out on the bay right now. Let's bring him in and let's talk about it. What's going on, Captain?
Man, look, this has been just a stellar afternoon, man. I can't tell you what a good time we've had. I got some good folks with me. A bunch of Ukrainians. Let's hear it, guys. Slava Ukraina! Slava Ukraina, whatever that means, man. Nostrovia! Nostrovia. These guys.
It probably means our captain sucks in Ukrainian.
I don't think they can say that today. We got out here into the Maryland rockfish season. The trophy season's open. We took full advantage of that. We got us a nice 45-inch rockfish in the boat a little bit earlier, fishing soft crabs in the shallows. And while we were there, we picked up half a dozen nice speckled trout, and we eased on down the bay a little bit, and we picked up a black drum, and we were headed back, and we were thinking about laying in for the black drum and catching them in the evening, but boys said, let's go for the Chesapeake Slam. So we just rolled across a school of redfish, had 3 of them hooked up, got a couple to the boat. Man, it's been a great day.
That's good stuff, man. That's good stuff. So what's been the secret to your success today?
Persistence. I hate this, and that's just been it. We've good bait. We had some great soft crabs I got from Donnie Porter. That was a big help when we were in the shallows. That had some peelers as well. That helped when we were down for the red drum. We were really pleased to have the speckled trout. I didn't really see that happening today, but I'm glad it did. I think that the biggest thing that I got some good anglers on board today. That's helped a lot. That's helped a tremendous amount. And the other thing was just going with my gut. I could have made a lot of different decisions. And today I made the right ones, and I can't say that enough for people that are fishing anywhere. If you've got a gut feel and you've got something that you think is going to work, try it, man, because there's nothing that's going to, you'll never know unless you try it. These red drum that we're casting to today was something that we found last weekend, and they've been pretty consistent so far. Every night I've been fishing, they've showed up. So, persistence has been a big part of it, and just being out here. So I can't stress it enough. If you have the opportunity to get out with myself or any of the guides that you guys talk to, do it. God, there was just a wealth of knowledge, and it's been we've had a good day. I can't contain my excitement.
Well, Carl Ward says I guess it's time for us to book that trip with CL. Carl, I just assumed that you've been fishing with CL like 100 times already, because you watch his show every time. I figured y'all had already fished together. But Captain, I want to say I'm glad I got my glasses on, because if I didn't, your bands here, it would look like it would say Babe, not Gauge.
Well, these bibs do fit me a little tight, and I think it accentuates some of my better aspects.
Babe.
These Croatian guys, I got to tell you, man, you got to watch them. You got to watch them. Ukrainian.
Well, let's just jump right into the 2-minute bite. You've gone over some of the fish that are biting right now, but one of the hey, hand me that rod. Hey,
hand me that rod he's got.
We got on the action water, on the action fishing right now, on the water fishing action right now.
Yeah, this is what we've caught a majority of our red zone today. It's I don't know, it's a nuclear chicken color. It's a rumble fish product. We were happy with that. Uh, we had three of them in the water and they all got bit. So and I've got a half ounce head on that. It's a little windy today, so the little bit of added weight helped us with our casting. But I'd like to say color mattered, but those fish were so hungry and all, it really didn't. They were snapping, and we were happy to be involved with it today. We've been truly blessed. So we're doing that. I got it tied to a 30-pound fluorocarbon leader using using the 50-pound braid is what I've got on these rods. Um, for the black drum and for the rockfish and stuff that we caught, we were using a standard fish finder rig with a 2 to 3 ounce sinker. We were mighty skinny. I was in we caught the specks and we caught the rockfish. I was in so we were really steady there today. We probably caught, I don't know, 3 or 4 rock. Only one was over the 35-inch threshold. So, and I got to tell you, I'm really pleased that the state and the middle states and the rockfish folks, the 31-inch thing, a lot of folks say, hey, does that bother you? And it really doesn't bother me. A majority of the fish that we catch in the fall are far under that anyhow. So it doesn't bother me much at all.
That's interesting that you say that. We're just sort of covering it from a news standpoint, staying relatively neutral. But I will say that the captains that I have spoken to about it, and that's, several of the renowned captains up here further north on the bay, they all say, for the most part, those types of restrictions aren't going to affect their business. So I find that pretty interesting. For go ahead.
It's not gonna affect me. I don't target the pre-spawn fish at all. That's not something that we do. Uh, you know, Now every fish that we've caught for this whole season has been post-spawn, which I think is fine. I'm cool with that. And we don't keep that many. So I mean, we've got 4 folks on the boat today. We've kept 1 rock.
Right. I got a question about the bull reds that you guys have landed. It's always sort of been my understanding that I don't know. I guess I would say north of the Honga situation is usually an artificial thing for bull reds. Excuse me, for bull reds. And south of that line, I've heard it's difficult to catch them on artificials, but you clearly caught them on rumblefish lures several times today. So is that just kind of a myth? Is it a seasonal thing or what?
I don't know if it's seasonal. Last year in the Tangier Sound Classic, we had a 48 and 3/4 inch fish that we caught on an artificial lure in that tournament as well, and that was in August. We were throwing artificials, and we caught that big red then, and that was in August. So we traditionally, we're a soft crab bite in the shallows, but I think for the most part, a lot of folks down in this area don't try to cast artificials for these things, and we've caught them now for the past, since Sunday, casting for them. So we've been blessed, that's for sure.
Great. Well, guys, we do have a little. I'm going to let Captain Marshall go a little early tonight. He's got customers on board with him, but we're going to do a quick round of questions. So get your questions ready. And tonight's prize will be these big old 10-inch BKDs. They're alewife glitter. And let me tell you guys, I did a lot more fishing this winter on the bay than I ever have before. And these guys were on the edge a lot of times when those big fish were getting landed. So if you guys ask the question of the night, you will get a pack of these alewife glitter 3-pack, which are just deadly on those really big cow rockfish. So we got a couple questions coming in already. both of them from Carl. Carl wants to catch a big cow rockfish. He says, "What hook do you like to use for the soft crab, Captain?"
We're using a circle hook. I'm using actually a 7/0 circle hook, an inline circle hook, and that's very effective in reducing release mortality.
And Carl also asked, "And how do you rig it?"
Well, I go in through the back fin. I come out, somewhere north of that on the crawl side, and then I fold it over and run it through the bumper, through the top.
Gotcha. I have a sort of a general question. Captain, I never ask you about your spots, but for the red drum right now, what is the trend that you're seeing? How deep is that water? Are they sitting on the bottom? Or are they sort of suspended, or what?
I've been catching them in 6 to 10 feet of water.
Oh wow, that's got to be a lot of fun.
Yeah, I'm glad that we stumbled on this week, and it's been very productive for us. We've probably had hooks in 20, and we've caught a fair number of those.
That's awesome, guys. I'm gonna hold Captain Marshall for 3 more minutes, so we're really letting him go a full 10 minutes early. So if you want to get your questions, then go ahead and ask them.
I'm good, brother, man. Our day's done. We're getting ready to head back to the barn. They've all got beers going, man. They're high fiving. It's been a day.
Nice. Skyblazer asked, "Can you explain the full moon and peeler crab correlation?"
Man, the full moon is on May the 5th this year, and what happens? The peelers and they get up. That's the time when the crabs are going to shed. Most of these fish that we're targeting, except for the ones in deeper water, the 6 to 10 feet, they're up in the shallows looking for soft crabs. And what's going to happen during this moon and the moon in June primarily is that kind of triggers the shedding function for these crabs. And, if you're going to catch them, they're in there. They're looking for soft crabs. Yes, it's an expensive bait. Absolutely, I get that. But that's what they're in there looking for. And I like to make it easy for them to. I like an easy meal for them. I want to make it easy for them to scoop it up and go. The biggest thing with soft crabs, though, is when you cast it, not to whip it. You've got to lob that thing in and or lob it out there. And that's the biggest thing, so you don't sling the bait off.
Okay. Shore Sharp is asking, CL, do you think the specks are around foxes yet?
Yes, I do think that. I think there's some around there. I'll be anxious to try it again here soon, but I do believe there's a fair number of them to be found.
I'm going to leave it at that, but I'm going to guess that pause probably meant something.
I'll tell you, I may or may not have caught a few here this week. Actually, I've been there. It's been good. But again, I'm up in the super skinny, and that's where most of the specks have been. So that's worked for us. We fished several of the other island complexes, not just foxes. We fished several of them, and on the Maryland side, and we found a few specks at all of those. So I do believe they're going to be scattered up. Around Hoopers in that way. I would certainly look forward to fishing up there, and I do look forward to fishing up there very shortly.
Got it. Skyblazer also asked, thank you. Do you use whole peelers as bait or half or quarter them?
We caught the specks on smaller baits, on quarters today, is what we call them on. For some reason, all the specks hit peelers today. So we did that. I would have thought they would hit soft crabs, but we caught the specks on the peelers, and that was cool. We caught everything else on soft crabs today. Normally, if I'm fishing for a black drum, I'll put a half a crab on there, and we'll make it happen that way.
All right. Well, we are completely out of questions. Captain, you got a question of the night?
How to rig the soft crab was probably that's a good one, because a lot of people have issues with that because it is a soft bait, and I got to tell you, right where we're talking about, I'd go with that one for the question of the night. But one of the things that
which one was that, Captain? Just because
how to put the soft crab on the hook.
Got it. All right, that was Carl Ward. Carl,
But I
you
got it.
were hot as lightning for a while, and then he cooled off. So I'm glad we got you on the winning board again.
I got to say this, that one of the key things that helped me find, especially these redfish, was my choice of glasses. I would not have found them without it. Would not have found it without a quality lens. I would have rode right by these fish, but I was able to find them last week, see them clearly as day, and because of that, we've had 4 or 5 outstanding trips. So I can't say enough about Hook Optics and all they do for me.
Yeah, I mean, I've said it a billion times, guys. If you're watching this, and you haven't purchased a pair of Hook Optics, just do it. Even if they weren't a sponsor of this show, I would rave that much about it because of the quality of the product, the quality of the people. Um, you know,
The quality is the people. I mean, I've had a couple things where I needed, I busted a lens, had a swivel come back and hit me, busted a lens. I've had a lot. I've had several issues. I use my products, and I can't say enough about Chris and all the rest of the Pino family. What a great job that they've done. And I'm quite frankly, I'm proud of them. When I talked to them about growing their brand, they said, "Why not us?" So yeah, I'm couldn't be happy. I've used them since day one. I've got one of the first pairs that they ever come out with, and no, they can't have them back. And I've not looked back.
well, the thing that sticks out to me the most, and honestly, the guys, further up the bay that are wearing them now. There's a lot of captains on the bay wearing them right now, and Walleye Pete and I were just talking about the other day, and both of our favorite thing about them is the comfort, the all day comfort of those things. It's like you could wear them all day, all night. Maybe not sleep in them, but you'll never get a headache. They'll always be comfortable. What's going on, D Train? How you doing, David? Good to see you, buddy. And Lucky and Blessed. Yes, you need you some hooks, buddy. Come see me. I will hook you up. I got you, man.
I'm gonna I'll leave you with this. I'm gonna tell you what my plan is next week, and a lot of folks won't share their plans with them. But I think tomorrow I've got some number 17 Tony a set of spoons. I'm going to take them and I'm going to troll on the edge of some flats, and I'm going to catch red drum on the troll tomorrow.
He's calling a shot. You are like Babe. You are Babe. You're like Babe Ruth calling your shots right now, brother.
I am. I believe I can do it. Uh, we've done it before further south, way south of where we are today. And I think there's enough. Oh, look at that moon coming up. And I think there's enough fish up here where I think we can troll up some fish and do some damage. So I'm going to give that a few hours tomorrow. It's a
All
little
right.
bit different.
See now, let's do this. Let's do this. You tomorrow when you catch those fish, post a pic and just tag me and say I told you. And what I'll do is I'll take this clip and I'll say this man called his shot. How about that?
I tell you, I'll give it my best shot, but I'm gonna give it a real good effort tomorrow.
Let's do it, brothers. Good to see you, man. You're the only captain that's consistently out there on the water while we're doing the show. I appreciate it. The background is beautiful. It's much better than looking at you.
Man, listen, I'm blessed to have good customers and good people that fish with me, and that's what makes it fun. These guys have had a hell of a time today, and I'm proud of them. They're good anglers all, and we've had a good day.
Well, it's been a pleasure as always. Thank you so much, Captain. Thank you so much for everyone who watched. Carl, I will get that prize out to you tomorrow. You should receive it early next week. And we will see everyone in a few minutes. Guys, we're having David Sikorsky on from the TCA. And if you had any questions about what's going on with this 31-inch emergency rockfish limit or slot, what have you, he's the man to ask. He's highly knowledgeable about this issue, and he can clear up any confusion that you had. So join
Hey,
us here in 10 minutes for that. Yes, CL.
will you do me a favor?
Yes, sir.
You get Dave on, ask him 2 things. Ask him number one, if he's ever caught a redfish with me, and number two, ask him who makes the best ribs on the eastern shore of Virginia.
Got it. Let me mark these 2 things down, and I will ask him for sure. All right, everybody. See you guys in a few minutes. Captain Marshall, thank you so much, brother, and we will catch you next time.
Thank you so much. Thank you for all you do, Grant.
All right, buddy.
Bye.
Got off in town, resident on 70 Road. Got a nice wife and kids, y'all right inside the grove. You know I like Mr. Clark. Yeah, I should know he is my friend. Say if I just stay out the grave, he'll see that I don't go to the pen. Mr. Clark is a